Good morning, student. Today we have a chapter third, the U.S. hegemonies in the world politics. Students, in the first and second part, we discuss about the Cold War and the Soviet Union collapse. After that, there is only one group that dominates the whole world. So that group is a U.S. group. U.S. have a superpower after the collapse of Soviet Union or USSR. So whole the world runs with the US. First, to start the lessons, we take the examples of three young. First, we have Anisha. Anisha is an Iraqi young girl who wants to be a doctor, but in the Iraq war, she lost his leg, but she is still motivated to join a nursing course. Second, meet a young person whose name is Jabu from South Africa. He was a young painter. He wants to paint everything he sees or imagines. But his family think that he must conduct MBA because after his father's, he is able to join his father's business, and his fathers think that he will capable to conduct the whole business if he have the MBS. Third, the young persons from Australia. He always wears the jeans as he mentions that the jeans looks cool, but his mother's always angry with him. And there is because he wears the jeans during the times of the church. His mother's angry at that, angry always with him. But Andrew's fathers always prefers the Andrews and said his wife that he always wears the jeans during the times they are in the Russias. Same traditions his son follow. To start the lessons, first I indicate the some words. In this word, we use the word America at the joint of the North American and the South American continent in the place of US. Sometimes we use the word US. After the falling of the Soviet Union, there is a sudden collapse of the Soviet Union that changed the whole world politics. Then the only one country who dominates the whole world, and it is the period of the US. But some thinkers feel that the US period starts when a second World War ended, or during the period of the 1940 period. But on the other side, some thinkers feel that after the Cold War ending, the US period to dominate the whole world starts. But during the period of the 1990 August, the Iraq invades the Kuwait and occupy a lot of areas of Kuwait. And UN tried to settle the dispute between the Kuwait and Iraq, but he failed to diplomatic attempts. Then the United Nations sets aggressive approach to liberate the Kuwait. So under the aggressive approach, the United States of America sets military actions against the Iraq and sent a lot of the troops there. Then the coalition of armies are sent there, and under the coalitions, almost 34 countries who participate in the war against the Iraq. After some time, the Iraq was defeated, and this war was known as the First Gulf War. But the United States named it the Operation Desert Storm. Under this operation, mostly the troops are related to the America. 75% troops belong to American troops. The governments of the Saddam Hussein in Iraq was soon fell down, as the Saddam Hussein refers this war as a battle, as the mother of all battles, but soon he was defeated and departed. This was have indicates something. The some gap that is shown after the war between the Iraq and Kuwait. That gap is technology gap. There is a vast gap between the American side and the other world. That is the technological gap. American armies always fights with the computer wars and telecast the whole war as on the TV screens and live. So the persons who are in their homes or living homes see the whole war. But this war is too much profitable for the American side, as they charge a lot of money from German, Saudi Arabia and Japan. That is more profitable that they lost or spent. So after that period, then there will be a government of Bill Clinton, and George Bush failed to success his wars in Iraq, as Bill Clinton's stress on the internal or the country's specifications or the democratic needs of a country. But on the other side, the Bush government stressed on the military actions against the Iraq. So, after the elections of the 1992 Bill Clinton government or the Democratic Party government set its terms. Then he again set his successive terms in the 1996. So Bill Clinton always prefers the soft issues of the world like democracy, climate change, world trade. But they are not far from military actions. In the 1990s, when the Yugoslavians take military actions against the Albanian populations who are in the majority of our province, Kosovo's, then the Americans joined the Albanian population. And in the military actions of a 2 month, too much bombs are thrown there. So after some time, Albanian governments fall down and NATO set in the Kosovo as a military station. Then there will be in 1998, there will be a series of bomb attacks in the embassies of Americans in Nairobi, Kenya and Dar es Salaam in Tanzania that take responsibilities of Al-Qaeda's terrorist groups. To take actions against them, the Bill Clinton governments strike with the cruise missiles against the Al-Qaeda's basements in Sudan and Afghanistan. But these wars are against the US law, UN law, United Nations law, because they didn't inform the United Nations for permission or granting the war. Then there will be actions that change the whole world, that change the Americans' views, that alert the Americans. There was a time of September 11 when 19 hijackers hailed the 4 American commercial aircraft. All hijackers are related to the Arab. Then they take the control on the American commercial craft. 2 of airliners crashed in the World Trade Organization centers in New York from south to north side. Third crash was in the Pentagon City, that is known for the United States American Defense Department. But fourth was failed to target, and they want to target on the United States Congress building. In this attack, more than the 3,000 persons are killed. Americans compared with it with the British burning on the Washington D.C. in 1814 or Japanese attack on the Pearl Harbor in 1941. It was the first attack on the soul of Americans after their independence. So take actions with them. So Bush government take a strong actions, harder views, and they named it the global war on terror. So to take the actions on them, they launched the Operation Enduring the Freedom. Taliban groups of Al Qaeda are attacked on Taliban or Afghanistan. Lot of persons who are arrested as a suspections from all over the world and take them to the Guantanamo way or in the Cuba and treated with the unhumanly. Even the United Nations persons or the Human Rights Commission's members are not allowed to meet them. Then there was a time of Iraq invasion by the United States. On the 19th March 2003, the United States attacks on Iraq, and they named it the Operation Iraqi Freedom. Because that time there was a minority government, there was a military person's government that named the Saddam Hussein, who is a military commander, have take control on the government of Iraq. But to fall the Saddam's government on the 2003, the American groups attacks on Iraq. They named it, or the code name, the Operation Iraqi Freedom. More than the 40 countries joined the United States. First in the UN or United Nations takes no actions on them. But after some time, the United Nations takes the sides of the US or United States. And they named it, it is a war for the developing or preventing Iraq for developing the weapons of mass destruction. But that's just a drama view. There is no real view, no developing weapons of a mass destruction. And this was shown after the war. Only the United States wants to set control on the vast oil fields of Iraq, or want to set a friendly government of United States in Iraq. After the Iraq, the Saddam Hussein's government fell, but United States failed to pacify Iraq, failed to take controls on Iraq. Under this war, United States lost the 3,000 troops, but Iraq lost much more than it. Almost the 50,000 Iraqi civilians were killed in this war. A lot of destructions are placed there. After the end of the war, US failed to pacify or failed in the operations both by the political and military aspect. It was just the mistake of United States to attack or want to pacify or want to set the democratic government in Iraq. Thank you.